Hey there, how's it going? What's up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your MUT team. Enjoy the show.
This morning, I want to bring you a quick video about the legends that came out today. These are the Ultimate Legends, so they all are going to be at 97 overall. Sadly, the limited did not even go up to 98 overall. Something that'll be coming along with this overview of these three legends that came out were the Ultimate Legends packs. But we did have a good opportunity to go in and try to pull one of these, so you should check out until the very end and see which one I actually was able to acquire. And since he was a little bit pricey at that point, I was able to sell him off as well. But first, here we have Steve Atwater at 92 speed and 6'3". He is very formidable. He's a little bit slow for what you want, but he is able to lay the wood. So if you put him in the box, he can kind of be the player that you want. Doesn't even need to be on a theme team. This is a player that you can add to your team, and he'll be able to do something special, stopping the run. If you have a lot more trouble against the pass, may not be the best player for you, but he is a tremendous athlete and he is able to do a lot of things being at 6'3" and just able to move. His agility, even being at 93 at that big, is something you really need to think about. He could pretty much play linebacker for you, but just need to compare his stats against some of the players and make sure he can actually do some of the things in the box. We can look at his block shedding here real quick. Looking at Swearinger, probably quite a bit better than him. 88. Holy cow. After he gets cheap, I might go back and get him. He's going to be another one of those guys that can play in the box exactly like Sean Taylor. He's a beast. Go and get Steve Atwater if you need help in the run game. Next, we have Andre Reed. He is someone who played for the Bills and the Redskins. Steve Atwater was a little bit more diversified, and he was out there with the Jets as well. So just something to think about if you are going for those theme teams. But with Andre Reed, we have the ultimate route runner, and at 6'2", he can do everything that you want on your team. He is someone that's going to be on my team today, being a fan of that team out in Washington, D.C. or Landover, Maryland, depending on how specific you really want to be. You really needed this wide receiver. Sadly, he is not a tremendous run blocker, which is something I did think about and did hear the first time that he went out, but sadly that is even lower than I had expected with him being 97 overall. So really, this is a player that you would want in your West Coast scheme if you want to throw the ball a lot, but if you're wanting to run the ball behind him, definitely don't depend on that. Go and get yourself someone like a Julio Jones who can do some things that are similar, just not quite the route runner that Andre Reed is. But this really is a great player. It comes from that era of the Bills that made it to all those Super Bowls, but just couldn't quite get over the top. So hopefully you can add him to your team and help him win his first Super Bowl. For the limited today, we have Paul Krause. He is someone that you really want to put in on the goal line to try to stop Calvin or Rennie Moss from getting those high points caught. He's someone that can actually go out and snag that ball away from him, being at 6'3", play rec at 97, and zone at 98. He can really do a lot of things for you. The one knock on him, and it is a considerable one, his speed is only a 91, being 97 overall. You really don't know what you could expect out of potentially another card for him. So really, if you don't have the money or the coins to have him for the one specific reason of stopping high point passes, or are a Redskins or Vikings fan, might not be the player that you want to get. There are players with other value that can do a wide range of things. He can pretty much do a specific thing, stop tall wide receivers, and stop people on the goal line from passing. His tackling being at 78, not really what you want on the goal line to stop the run. So if you're just trying to stop the pass, it's perfect. Again, you see catching at 94. Tackling low, we talked about that a second ago. Jumping at 90, so again with that 6'3", can jump with the best of them. And we're just going out a little bit lower. Pursuit, great. So he's going to be able to run some people down, even with the slower speed. Spectacular catch. Something that I have noticed. Wow, even his other catch and traffic stat is pretty amazing. But with Josh Norman, he has similar stats with spectacular and catching, and he's been coming down with everything. And it's really, really nasty looking, just the animations that he's able to get. So if you power this player all the way up, he really can be someone that's dynamic for your team. And if you have Madden passing, it's actually going to be helping you out. If you don't power him up, because he'll be able to get to the 90 spectacular catch anyway, because that does help your defense, even though that is an offensive chem. And I do have the lower version of this man, and not a lot better, sadly. His speed could have went up to a 92, 93. That would have been huge. But Paul Krause, player that you want for a specific reason. Kind of a bummer that he's a limited time because it'll be a little bit more expensive. So he'll probably just be on upper echelon teams. There is one more power up that you could have had with this player, and excuse me, and he was a 93, and I have actually added the training to this Paul Krause as well, so please disregard some of the banter that we had earlier about him only going up to. But thank you very much for stopping by, and let me know if you'll be able to go out and get a couple of these players for those specific reasons. Again, a lot of these players are going to be on upper echelon teams because they only fit for specific reasons, and if you're not running that type of a scheme, you might not necessarily want them. But if those are things that you need and have 300,000 extra coins, that's something that you really need to go out and think of as well. But with some of the people that were talking in chat, 300,000 coins are really kind of difficult to go out and acquire at this point if you don't have some things stocked up in your binder. So just need to think about that as well. You'll be able to use training to get him up to a certain point. With Krause, has those points. With Atwater, he has the Snow Beast. Um, Need to go in and double check and make sure you actually need him. I will do that right now before we get off. Sorry, I started to wander there, but I was really curious about if the Snow Beast went into the Steve Water power up, and actually, the power up for Steve Atwater is the Snow Beast, so you can just go out and purchase that card. And if you powered him up previously, you are able to just add this item. Obviously, before, I think the 94 was the card that you needed to add, or that's as high as he had gotten previously. So now you can go in and add the 4,000 and add in the 97 overall and get him up to 98 and 99 really, really easily. So that is something to think about with Andre Reed. He was just limited, so he will just be power up all the way up to his 98 overall. Looked at him earlier, but he's the player that I'll be adding from this group as he fits into my theme team. Again. I still didn't split it. That's weird. Once is so predictable. I feel as if that will stop with age. I would hope anyway. Once is so good. Does have the best vision right now. Yep, got her. Okay, thank you very much. But does have the best vision. Predictable and vision are both things, hopefully, that come with age. He has the physical things, and before he hurt his knee, he was on his way to be an MVP. I think with the coach and coordinators that you have, I think they'll be able to keep working. Nice, two good cards to start off with, anyway. To be able to improve kind of what you have, and kind of just with him. Foles is going to be hard because I think he helps. Yeah, that's absolutely true. So, like, his upside is huge because he has all those things and he wants to work for it. And I think him getting hurt and not a good. Ooh, that would have been helpful a while ago. Him getting hurt makes him want it more, I think. So, could be something that helps in the long run. Never having that kind of injury is a good thing, but hopefully it'll make him mentally stronger. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, 97 on the first one. Sadly, that's not either of the players that we want, but that'll be worth some coins anyway. Oh man, don't give me a whole bunch of good ones right now. I can only pick one. What? Two 97s in this one? I better get a 97 in the next one. Oh man. Oh man, I think I'd use Atwater. McDaniel would never work with Nelson. We'll at least compare him. We'll at least compare him. Thankfully, I didn't hit A twice. Okay, well, that's a good start anyway. Sadly, that water wasn't what we wanted, but we can sell him and get the player that we do want, so that's huge. I have not had any luck out of those packs, any whatsoever, anything. So, full picks, I feel as if you were the luck that I needed, so thank you very much. I do appreciate you bringing in what I needed to get to that. But dang, yeah, I do not need Randall McDaniel, so we will look for Atwater. He'd definitely be my second strong safety and play wonderfully in the box if I did not sell him. Kind of looks a lot like Ed Reed. Excuse me, he does not look a lot like Ed Reed. Looks similar to Amos. Ha, that's amazing. So yeah, definitely going with Atwaters. Might be able to sell him quick. And yeah, well, we know they're in packs anyway. That's amazing. All right, we got one more. Let's see if we can get another one. That's amazing. There's no way I'm going to get another one, but that is fantastic. Part of Legend. Might as well hit A already. That one's definitely coming along. That's a good first round. That's a great first round card. I would have got a lot more excited about that if we didn't. Ooh, build out farther. Build out farther. 84 is not. That's still better than we had last time. Nothing to build around. Come on a little bit farther. 84, 82, Duke. So we had a good first round, so that probably means the second round will not be what we need it to be. But after the first round, we really don't need it to be anything because that was perfect. Yeah, we might need to go see what we can get that Atwater sold for. Ooh, at least we get a big legend. Ooh, at least a big piece of legend. So yeah, we had two opportunities for a 97 last time, and now we're pulling 88s. What is this? Ooh, Romanowski. This one's tiny too. 89, that's not bad. But again, let me know if you get any of these people down below. I wish you all the best, and have a great rest of your Saturday.
Thanks for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back to keep getting better at Madden and growing your MUT team. There'll be at least 5 videos up a week, so make sure to subscribe and also hit the bell right next to it to make sure you see them all. Come by Twitch to engage or hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care, everybody.